a nunchuck in Bruce Lee's hand is different from a nunchuck in my hands. So I can do nothing with some nunchuck. Like, you give it to me, I'm just like, what am I doing with this? So you like, you have tools, but you can't use it.
That's it.
You can't use it. What advice would you give to, new entrepreneurs who are trying to be able to understand your value and what it can provide or how they can price themselves? They don't price themselves too low or too high.
That is a tricky question because at the end of the day, everything comes to who do you believe that you are? I have worked with people that are extremely skilled, okay? However, do not understand who they are. Therefore, they cannot put value behind that skill that they have, okay? And I have found those that do not have skills.
They're full of confidence.
I didn't say it.
Behind the scenes, we're talking about community and you being able to come from Haiti to America. You said there was so many different things for you.
The reason that it is different is because I believe that here they do not know how to care and love. All right? And hear me out. Don't judge too hard.
Let's go. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to the City Entrepreneur Show, a talk show that highlights up-and-coming local legends and founders who dare to take a chance on their vision, even when the odds are stacked against them. I'm your host, Kongang, and you already know, City Entrepreneur, we're here, about to get it. And as usual, I bring the best guests from KC, most fired-up guests you can find in KC, fired-up entrepreneurs, people who are making it happen in KC. And my guest today is not different at all. My guest today, she is a business owner, an investor, a mentor, a founder and president of a nonprofit organization, a master of coaching. She's also an immigrant as myself, so I'm excited to talk more. She is the president and CEO of Enter Wellness. Help me make welcome the one and only Lydia Dupuy. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming through. It's an honor to have you here. How's your day going?
It's going great.
Yeah, you
the
doing the weather
sun
outside?
is shining.
Yes.
Yes.
What did you do today?
Today I got up. I exercised as usual.
Yes.
I had big breakfast for the family.
Yes.
I sent the kids outside because
that's important.
Yes, outside barefoot.
Barefoot. That's even way more important.
Yes. I sent them outside barefoot.
Strong feet.
Yes.
Strong feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's also yes, but it also, as you know, having our feet on the ground it almost doesn't exist here in America.
True.
And to really ground yourself, you need to connect with earth every so often.
True.
So today was just that very good space to where it's not too wet, it's not too dry.
Exactly.
It's not too cold,
and
it's not too
hot.
warm.
Yes.
Yes. So I sent them outside, and so that was part of the moment.
And like what you said with there is literally, we drive everywhere.
Yes.
The only walk I do is from my apartment to my car, and then I'm out.
Amazing.
I have on my phone the tracker that says how many steps you do, and I want to complete that like 2 times like in the past 2 months.
Wow.
So I don't walk a lot. I should be, but I go to the gym. But it's like
it's different.
Yeah, it's different. But I need to walk outside. I realized because back home in Nigeria where I grew up, walking was like you had to get places because you need to walk places. Like it was daily.
Everywhere.
It wasn't something you have to think about because you know you have to get to the point A to point B. You have to walk there.
Correct.
But here, because you don't have to walk there, you have to actively make yourself go on a walk, which is a new thing to me because I thought walking has to do with you going to a mission or something.
No, here you need to be intentional about it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you for coming on the show. It's an honor.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to have you here. For those who do not know who Lydia is, give them just a background of who you are, how you started, how you got to where you are today.
Wow, it's a
long journey, huh?
Yeah, it's a long journey. It's very complex, which is part of what makes me who I am today.
Yes.
However, I will try. How about that?
Please try. That's what we try. Yes.
I am the daughter of a mother and a father that were originally born and raised in Haiti.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Haiti.
Beautiful.
I went to a boarding school, so that also created depth within me. Instead of just being raised by my 2 parents, right? Came here in the state as an adult.
Okay.
It was extremely...
How old were you when you came here?
I started coming at 16.
16, okay. Just visiting back and forth?
Yes, I started coming at 16 and I didn't stay until 19, permanently until 19, sometime there.
Okay.
However, it was a different land for me. I was extremely confused regarding a bunch of different way of thinking, the way of doing things. Just the land. It was a new land for me, right? So came here quickly. My parents wanted a dentist in the family.
Okay.
Yes. Dentistry wasn't for me. Quickly decided and say, hey, went to my counselor, say, hey, this is not for me. However, I had enough credit to be a dental hygienist.
Okay. Okay.
So I took that and but never ended up in business. Started in real estate, to be exact, duplexes, and now I'm in commercial real estate, technology, indoor baseball facilities, and I'm also in travel.
Wow, okay.
But those are completely different to what brings me joy, which is enter wellness. Those pay the bills, right?
Okay. So let's talk a bit about immigrant parents and the things they want their kids to be.
Yes.
It's doctor, dentist, lawyer,
engineers.
My mom, when I was a kid, thought I was going to be a doctor just because we had an engineer. My brother was an engineer, and we had another chemical engineer. So she was like, in the family, we have no doctor. And I am afraid of blood.
Oh, great.
Blood makes me I literally might pass out if I see blood. So I'm like, that's not going to work out. There's no way she have a different dream because I am not going to be a doctor, and no way possible. Until today, I can't deal with blood. Like if I see blood, it makes me place. But anyways, that's a little bit of immigrant story.
Yes, yes. It's amazing how they think that way. And part of it, it's almost like they have a sense of ownership over you.
Like I brought you here, you better do what I say. Yes.
Yes, but they mean well. That's one thing. They mean well. If anything, I believe by them having such high expectation of us, also give us a sense of having high expectation of ourselves. So, okay, if we do not hit the mark, which is, let's say, whatever engineering, the next one better be
close
or greater.
Yes, it has to be something that you are sure that you're going to be making money with.
Yes, and so therefore, I believe that even though they didn't realize that, they also gifted us by doing that. Okay.
In what way do you mean? Like, you have to be making us stronger, or?
No, the gift is the expectation, the bar.
Yes, the bar. Okay.
The bar.
That makes sense. Yes. And whatever you do.
Yes. The bar. So if it's not going to be a doctor and engineering, the next one needs to be closer for them to not even say, what you think,
Well, are you playing around? What are you doing? No.
That's right.
That's true, though. That's really true. Because at the back of my head, because I was supposed to be, so I started with engineering and I moved to business. Because I realized that physics was not for me.
Yes.
Until today, physics is not for me because I can't build, even IKEA furniture, I can't build it to save my life.
Wow.
Me and my wife, so we ordered a TV stand. Oh my, kid you not. I built the TV stand backwards. The TV stand was facing the other side. And I was like, why is the TV leaning forward? This is faulty. We need to write a review. She's like, what do you read the manual? I'm like, literally, it had a picture in the front of the actual thing that said, face it this way. So physics is not for me. I realized that. And that's why I changed. I'm happy I did because I've been building some weird houses.
I can build some stuff.
You can build some stuff, okay.
But math is not my thing.
See, math was okay for me, just physics. I can't understand it.
I can build, that's crazy.
Once they say a car travels from one end to another, I'm like, I don't know where the car is going. Is it going to get there at some point? But anyways.
But that's the story. That's the story behind me. It's very, I cut some, stuff here and there.
Yes.
But that's it. I truly believe, again, part of my background makes me who I am. I've traveled a great deal. Not only in the islands, I've traveled the U.S. Most people don't travel the U.S.
Which is interesting. It's states that you can go anywhere. No one is going to stop you.
That's right. And I'm saying this because I want to suggest that people travel the U.S.
Yes.
Travel the U.S. and Europe. And as you know, Interwellness is international.
Yes.
So I've done business in Mexico.
Wow, okay.
In Belgium, in the Netherlands, Paris.
My brother lives in Belgium, by the way.
Oh, really? Good for him. It's a pretty nice place to have
all the beers from there.
Yeah.
That's all I think.
The culture is nice.
Yeah,
the culture is nice. And so it's a nice place to be, I believe. So Belgium and Paris.
Paris.
Oui,
Go in
Paris.
there. Hey, Paris, let's go.
And the gift also is the gift of language. Thank goodness I speak 4 languages.
Wow.
Otherwise,
How many languages? What are these languages? I didn't know that.
oh, you did not know
I
that?
did not know this information.
Oh wow! So obviously Creole.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
For Haiti.
For Haiti, yep.
I speak Creole. I speak French.
Oh. Okay.
English. Yeah, I speak English. Spanish.
Okay, you got the 2.
Yes.
I think they say there's the 2 romantic and 2 sexiest languages.
French
and Spanish. I need to learn those too, because
Wow.
going to Spain and go to France, hey,
Yeah.
I'm good with it. Okay.
And so, but the background, thank goodness, part of the language is it's because I had to study Latin. I understand Latin. I can read it, but I cannot speak it, the dead language, which is Latin, the basic of all languages. The boarding school did that for me, right? Right? So when you think of how different spaces in life integrate and makes you the intricate of whatever that is that you are, there.
So you learned these languages was this in high school, before college?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, 4 languages.
Yes. So let's be clear.
Okay.
So let's go back to Haiti a little bit.
Yes.
So Haiti is a space that they continuously present in the media and elsewhere as the poorest,
yes.
and the
But it is beautiful in Haiti, though.
beauty don't even have nothing to do with it. When the space is right, when we're not having government trouble and this and that, we have one of the best education.
Wow.
In the boarding school that I went to, there were kids from America that went there. There were kids from Canada that came to Haiti for schooling.
To learn. Wow.
There were kids from Canada. I remember Canada, America, and some of the islands close to Haiti. So if you have the means in Haiti and can afford a very good, to pay for a private school, it's one of the best education your kids could have.
Are there different curriculum? Like, are their curriculums different from American curriculums, or is
America can't touch?
Classic.
Can't touch it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we study in depth. We know the history. So if a kid most of the time leave Haiti and travel to another country, they know about Nigeria compared to a kid in America.
Yeah.
You see what I am saying?
Yes.
We study geography very well. We do math well. We do languages well. We do chemistry. We do it well. And
wow.
part of that, it's part of that also, which may be happening in Nigeria. I don't know. It's because we held ourselves to such a high standard.
Yes.
And we truly believe the kids is the next.
Yes, this generation.
Yes.
I mean, because the truth is, I would say, because like in Nigeria, like you take, I don't know, like in high school, I took like 11 classes.
Wow.
Just like different,
Yes.
just different chemistry, physics.
Yes.
You have to take all of them.
Yeah.
Languages, French. I couldn't learn French because my French teacher, again, wherever you are watching this, I caught him with a neighbor I know on somewhere on the street. So we had a communication like, you pass me, and we keep on a low.
Wow.
Anyway, so that's why I didn't love French, because I'm about to do this.
You just went to pass.
Yeah, I'm not about to do this thing. It's a lot. But anyways.
They don't give you a choice back home. You're gonna learn it. Not only you're gonna learn it, they make you speak it. Yeah.
Because I only had French for I think 2 semesters, and that was like, you have to choose the next year if you move to, if you want to keep doing French. And everyone's like, yeah, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. We're gonna skip. I should have been speaking French now, with the French accent. I've just been, but anyways, that's in the past.
I have to also say that was back then. The Haiti now is a bit different. They speak more English than anything, more English and Creole than anything. Back then also, the benefits that we had, I don't know if I kind of know it's not the same. We have more American TV in Haiti now. Okay. Where back then we had all of it. We had French, Spanish going, English going. So not only you're learning the language, the stations are also feeding you, right? The languages that you are learning.
Wow. Man, I would love to learn me some especially French and Spanish.
You can. There's very good app and techniques that exist.
Yeah, definitely.
Out there now.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just believe everything is possible as long as you put the mind and attention to it, put the
Yes.
time and invest in it. You can make it happen.
That's right.
So let's. We're gonna get to the business part of things in a bit, but I really want to hear about, because we behind the scenes we're talking about community and you being able to come from Haiti to America. You said there was so many different things for you.
Yes.
For me personally, being from Nigeria, I think we're talking back to like community is one thing that in America is so hard to find just because everyone is busy all the time and everyone's like mind their own business. You know,
Yes.
it's like, as we were talking about, like, you know, in Nigeria, for example, if you live in an apartment, if you wake up in the morning and hear a smell of food smells good, you trace that smell to your neighbor's door.
knock.
Like, you knock.
Yes.
What are you cooking today?
That's if the door is not already open.
Yeah, exactly. Because if it's
On
open,
the
you
windows.
you just walk right
Yes.
through, and they serve you food and you eat.
That's right.
But here
That's
it's
right.
different.
Yes, it's different. And so you want me to go and...
Yes.
Okay. The reason that it is different is because I believe that here they do not know how to care and love. All right? And hear me out. Don't judge too hard.
Let's go. Let's get into it.
Don't judge too hard. They're like, what? Don't know how to care and love? Are you kidding me? We're traveling all the way to Africa to help. We do know how to care.
So that's a whole different topic.
That's a whole different
topic too.
That's a whole different topic. However, you know, people only know what they know, right?
True.
People only embody what they know how to embody.
They're used to.
Yeah,
yes.
people only practice what they believe.
It's possible.
Yes. So when I talk about caring and I talk about loving here in America, what I meant by that is this. Back home, we had a sense of community. To the point where, I wrote about this the other day, to the point where people that were poor didn't even know that they are poor.
Because of the community.
Because what is poverty? Poverty is not really a sense of lacking. Poverty is a sense of I'm not cared for. I'm not nurtured.
Isolation.
I am of no value, right? So what I meant by they don't know or don't remember or have not learned how to care and love, I meant that they don't care for each other, right? Their garage door is down, their doors is closed, the windows are closed. Therefore, you can't even smell where you can't smell if they're cooking or not.
Yes.
Right?
And they have cameras to make sure you don't come close to the door.
Yes, I saw you.
Yeah. They're recording you. Make sure you don't pass my lawn.
That's right. And so, community is what? To me, community is breaking bread, right?
Yes.
Community is understanding. Back home, I remember my grandmother would not eat until she found out have the neighbors, did they cook today, right? If they didn't cook today, she purposely fixed their plate first and asked some of the kids, take it to this and that and this, and then come back, let's eat.
Wow.
You hear?
Yeah.
And there's always enough. I don't care what anybody says. So it's not a lacking, it's a lack of, it's not poverty or not having a community. It's not a problem of lacking. It's not a problem of time. It's a problem of caring and loving.
How can we start even creating that kind of community? Because you told me something like that really made me think deeper into that statement that I just made.
To me, to create that community, you have to have a space where there's almost always something to share. And what do I mean by that? It could be you're the guy that knows how to make that juice.
Yes.
You know, and there's that juice. No matter when I go there, that juice is always in the fridge, right? There's that food. There's that bread. And I'm telling you, we can go as low. If there's boxes of donuts, they know there's going to be boxes of donuts. They will come, okay? And it has to also feel, you know, I'm welcome there. I'm welcome there. When I get there, hey, man, I'm so glad to see you. Yesterday we were talking about that. Let's finish the conversation, right? Or they also need to feel that I'm never being pushed away. It's time to go home. It's always like, you know what? I'm going to bed. Whenever you're ready, please lock the door. They have to feel, you know, they're welcome, they're cared for, they're nurtured, and they're loved. They are seen. They are being seen by that person, that home. This is comforting. And what I was saying, because you mentioned, they don't have time.
Everyone's busy. Yeah.
I said, believe you me, that person could be leaving work at 7 p.m. and has to wake up to go back to work the next day.
Yes.
Right? They will drive to that house.
Yes, to get that fufu if possible.
Just to get that care and nurture.
True, yeah.
And welcome to feed their soul. Because you know what? They may not have gotten it at home.
Exactly. No.
And if they're going home alone, or sometimes they're going home to a full home that doesn't know how to give that to them, that's where they're going to go and get it.
Yeah.
And so to have a sense of community, to have a sense of caring, to find time for each other, you have to create that space to where people know that they're welcome there.
Wow. Yeah. I was like, I need to hear that again because
that's what we do back home.
Yes.
You know, that's why people, I'm telling you, some people don't even know that they're poor until something outside of them.
Outside of the power happens. Yeah. So let's shift gears a little bit because I kind of want us to continue the conversation we have behind the scene because I think a lot of people need to hear that just because I feel like if I'm thinking about it, 500 people are probably thinking about this whole community thing.
Correct. And since COVID, I have to say, it had gotten worse.
That isolation and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's shift gears a little bit into entrepreneurship, right? So you made a switch from, going through dentistry to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Walk me through that process step by step of how you started from one business to another one to now having different, you're a serial entrepreneur now. What was that transition for you?
You know what? It's going to go back to community, okay? Now, I'll start from where you wanted me to start, which is where did I get started in regards to business, right? I came from a mother that was an entrepreneur. I came from a father that was an entrepreneur. And the reason I say was, it's because they're no longer with us, okay?
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. My mother, she had a restaurant. She had a clothing store. She was the business lady. Wow. You name it. She had a sense of there's no business she couldn't enter. Okay. My father, he was the dairy farm for the northern part of Haiti. He has a radio station. He also was in engineering. So I came from, and I had my grandmother. So everybody around me were in business. Therefore, I knew business. Okay. I didn't even know. Business is a language, right? True. Like any other languages. True. Okay. Just like podcasts, you guys have a culture. You guys have a certain rules you follow. Yes. It's a language. It's something that you know, right? So business is a language. Therefore, I was raised and learned the language.
Wow, that is powerful. Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with you 100%. My mom was she was either doing bakery or she was sewing for people, or she was going to cooking, being a caterer, or she was selling stuff in the market.
Yes.
She was always doing something to keep herself busy or making some kind of money, right? And then my dad was an entrepreneur. He was like a real estate person. Like he would sell, I knew he's like bought land and resold land and property. But other things that he did entrepreneur, I don't know, but I knew he was entrepreneur making money, selling stuff, buying stuff. They would keep moving.
Yes.
There was always something going on. And that's very important because, I never saw him have a job. So my mom was like, that's possible.
Yes.
How do you pass that on to the next generation as well? Like you've been able to learn that as well. Is there a way you are impacted that in your own kids?
Yes. The way to pass it is to literally drag them almost everywhere you can that's allowed them to be there. Let's say today would have been a great day for my kids to come and watch this.
Yes.
Okay? Because you can speak it, you can read it, but to actually experience it,
it's a whole different, dynamic.
It's a different dynamic. So what I would say, even here in the US, they have this every so often, take your kids to work day, right? I don't know if you heard of that.
I've heard of that. Yeah, my dad didn't have the work that he took us was into the bush, like into the woods to go and take measure land. That was my work day. I'm like, I don't want this.
But you remember it.
I never forget it because I hated it, but I learned something. Yes.
And so I would definitely say expose your kids, even if it's sometimes I'm in a Zoom, but there's a little kid laying on down on my leg.
Yeah.
Just listening,
Just listening,
just
yes.
understanding. That's I would say that's the first thing.
So now, talk to me about what you do now, Enter Wellness. So you basically help corporations and their employees, right? How did you get to that, and what is the importance of that?
Okay, so let me go back to what you just say. I help the owners first, which is the head of the company. I also assist. I'm going to change my word. I also assist the HR of the company, which I say is the belly of the company.
Yes.
Okay. I also go even as assisting the co-workers, which I say are the leg of the body of the company. Right? So I break it into three, right? So your question is, how did I get started in that?
Yeah.
About 4.5 years ago, I kind of retired from the stuff that I am doing now, which is, real estate. Let other people kind of manage those and handle those things. And I quickly realized I wasn't done. I wanted more. I wanted to keep going. And a friend of mine invited me to have breakfast or coffee, to have coffee. And I assisted that friend for a whole year. And then that friend came back and handed over a check to me a year later, crying. And I said, I'm good. I don't need your check.
Yeah.
And that friend said, look at it. I look at it. I'm like, okay, what happened?
Actually, let's talk more about this check.
Yes. I said, tell me what happened.
Wow.
Only to find out that I have assisted her so well within that year, her company double
flourished. Wow.
Yes. And I was just being a friend, Zeke. Yes. Seriously, I was just being a friend. And that friend ignited within me. And she said, Lydia, stop going and have lunch and coffee with everybody and start training people. And so she told me I was what's called a coach. I didn't know such existed, by the way. So I went back to school. I got my master's in coaching.
Wow.
And so that's how all of this got started.
I want to hear more about why did you have to go back and learn? Because some people be like, oh, since one person told me I can do it, let me go do it and keep doing it.
Yes.
Why did you think it was important to go back and get a master's in that?
Because I understand the power behind what those before us have learned. Okay, it's like saying if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Don't fix it. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yes. Somebody did this before me, and they have put steps
how you can make it happen.
Yes, how you can make it happen. Right now, I'm not saying everybody should go back to school. If you can get a mentor, if you can, get some internship, if you can, there's different way of learning.
Yes, that's true.
Right?
True.
Me, I find that, there's steps that were put before me. Somebody learned it. I'm not saying that I have to do exactly
what they did,
but I can integrate some of which is why, people should hire me for training, for teaching, for coaching, because I've learned something that I can give you the tools on how to best operate. You may already have the tools, but not knowing how to operate it, it's a waste, right?
It's true.
And so that's why.
I think the example is a nunchuck in Bruce Lee's hand is different from a nunchuck in my hands. Because I can do nothing with some nunchuck. Like, you give it to me, I'm just like, what am I doing with this? So you you have tools, but you can use it.
That's it.
You can use it. So let me ask you this. So you help, when you say you help the owner, the HR, and then the co-workers, what exactly does that entail in terms of what you do for them? Yes.
So the owner sometimes it's the owners, but most of the time it's the VP or the president of the company, right? Depending on the size of the company. What I do for them, I assist them on recognizing if they have a culture. Hopefully they have a culture within their company. What is that culture, and how have they been applying that culture?
Okay.
And is the culture need to be revamped? Because just because it works back then when you first started,
it doesn't mean 1960 and 2023.
Yes, doesn't mean it's working now.
True.
So I normally take their culture and dissect it and basically questioning within the company what they're doing, kind of get a history and see if it's been applying or not. If it's not been applying, we need to revamp it. And revamping mean maximize on the areas that's been working and remove what's no longer working and replace them with what will, assist them to propel them to the next of whatever that is that they want to get to.
Wow. Okay.
Or sometimes it's just to redirect, certain things that's already happening in the company that's not good.
Yeah.
Just redirect it,
Yeah.
in a different way. So that's what I spend time with the VPs, the CEOs, or the owner of the company. Now, when we go to HR, I love HRs, by the way. Any HRs that's listening, I love you guys. Because, they're the caretaker, they're the nurturer. We were talking about nurturing. Yes. They're the caretaker, they're the nurturers, they're the one that welcome you in, and they're the one that probably say bye to you, and they're the one that while you were there, that assist you on doing what it is that you do best, to the best of your capability, right? Yes. So who is taking care of HR is the question, right? No one. Even the head, even the VP, even the owners, they need HR, they need the belly. And I call it the belly because you have to feed the belly in order for everything to operate, right?
That's true.
And
the belly's not happy, the body's not happy.
Yeah, and the belly is always giving, the nutrition, digesting, doing everything, right? Yes, the owner may feed the belly, but the belly is what digests. The belly is what gives. So I call HR the belly, right? So who takes care of him? So I go in there and I assist them on how to best care for themselves.
Okay.
So their cup can be full, so they can give to the bottom and the top. Right? That's one thing. And I also assist them on how to best assist in those that they are of service for. Let's say the leg, which is the co-workers. What training do they need? How to best assist them for them to do what it is that they do the best, right? What books you should, integrate within the office. Books is amazing. What do you call it? Documentary that's out there that you don't know that's out there, that you can say, hey guys, this exists. Give them this, the tools that they need.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And sometimes I also work with HR to build training with the culture of the company, combine the training with the culture of the company and present it to the company as a whole. It's very intricate. However, you use what you need so people can receive the message, because giving the message doesn't mean they will receive it, right? Receiving the message, then they can actually put it into work.
Wow. I think that question you asked is who cares for HR is very important.
Yes.
Just because I feel like HR have to either keep thinking on their feet, bring up solutions that they don't even know how to solve it, and having no one is watching over HR. That means your company is being run by, there's no guidelines because they are making the guidelines as they go.
That's right.
No one is reviewing those guidelines.
That's right. And sometimes they themselves, because they are so much of a givers, there's a certain personality that are HRs, by the way. They are so much of a givers, they don't even know that they're not being cared for. They're like, oh, I did this today, I'm glad, I'm happy.
Yes.
No.
And I feel that is very a unique position, just because HR, like I said, literally they have to make up rules as they go. And we have to have someone who oversees that to make sure they are doing things the right way. Now I want to shift our perspective a little bit into entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs who are coming up, new business owners like myself who just started out. I know you are very critical when it comes to value your product, your pricing, and how that determines what your company is worth.
That's right.
What advice would you give to new entrepreneurs who are trying to be able to understand their value and what they can provide, or how they can price themselves? They don't price themselves too low or too high.
That is a tricky question, because at the end of the day, everything comes to who do you believe that you are?
Yes.
Who it is that you believe that you are is the key. Because I have worked with people that are extremely skilled and can provide and can give the skills that they have, okay? However, do not understand who they are. Therefore, they cannot put value behind that skill that they have. Okay? And I have found those that do not have skills.
They're full of confidence.
I didn't say it. But I have found those that do not have skills, but they have this confidence within them. Okay? They have this, it's not until, after, what just happened here? Yeah, right?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yes. So to put a price behind the product that you have, you have to understand who you are. First, I'm going to put numbers on it. First, you have to understand who you are. Second, you have to have a clarity of what that product is and how it's going to serve and the impact that product is going to make.
Wow, yes.
Okay, that's second. Lastly, you need to literally position yourself only around those that you believe will get. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your time, because if you do not position yourself properly, you're going to waste your time with those that do not understand your product, that cannot afford your product, that do not understand the value. If people cannot understand the value of what the product is, of who you are, and you will not.
You shouldn't be in the same room with them.
Yes.
It's a waste of time.
Yes, it's a waste of time. So those are the three things I would say as a new entrepreneur you need to have clarity around. Who you are. What is the value that you are providing? And where is that space for the value of who you are that you want to put out there?
I definitely agree with you, just because, and I mean, the truth is, as a startup like entrepreneur, like you're starting out, whatever price you start with is totally fine, just because you're starting out. That's what I think.
No.
Correct me.
What is the value? So let me ask you a question. You gave me a product that is going to assist me on making $500,000. And you want to charge me $5.75 for it? What is the impact are you making once you sell that product? That's how you value it.
So let me ask this though. For example, like we said, there are people who started don't have the exact skill as to where they need to be to value at the premium price, that are starting out and they're learning and they're growing. That's what I mean, that when you're starting out and you're growing, there's a price you can start with, like the more you build your value, you can go to the premium. Or do you say just start immediately and know the premium and the value of what you provide?
If you can let the person across from you understand, if you put 2 + 2, you will get 4. There is nowhere that can be challenged. There's nowhere that can be challenged.
Yes.
And here's why. They may go elsewhere to find the 2 + 2 that will equal 4. And if they cannot find it, and they cannot get the same value, they will come back and ask you, can you please bring it here? Okay? Or they may choose to still not get 2 + 2 = 4 and settle. But that does not mean
a 2 + 2
still does not equal 4.
Wow. Okay.
And that's what I mean by understanding who you are, the value, the impact that this product is making, and who your clientels are. Is that making sense?
Yes, like you position yourself where you're supposed to be at, as opposed to pretty much.
You're making me coach. I'm coaching you.
I'm trying to get into the deep. That's what this show is about, to get people in the know. And because for me, I'm sincerely asking you the question.
This is $1 billion money information I'm giving you.
Thank you for giving us that. Because I mean, for me personally, I want to ask this to get more in depth, just because I know that a lot of people who watch this show are, entrepreneurs who are starting out and don't really know how to value a price themselves. And some of the people who have already made it out.
And if they want to value, I'm gonna plug myself a little bit. Knowing who you are is investing within you. Books, seminars, coaches, mentors, exposure. Expose yourself in the right spaces. Make sense?
Yes.
For you to receive and build and understand what it is and who you are.
Wow. Yeah. That's definitely, because again, that is, I can't oppose it, just because for you to bring value, you have to be a person of value yourself, right? You have to be able to
You cannot sell an empty cup.
That's not
What's
possible.
in the cup for sale?
What's in the cup? It's not the cup itself, it's what's in the
what's
cup.
in the cup?
Dang. Yeah, that's real. That's real. Dang. I'm learning so much on this show. It's like I'm taking so much information away. And I know that people who are watching are taking a lot of information away because this is
I
definitely...
hope so, because, to take the time to come here, to be with you, to be vulnerable,
Yes.
and not hold back and say, oh, I can sell this. I'm not going to give it.
Yeah.
To understand who I am and still give it. It's an investment that has no price on it. It's a gift.
It's a gift.
It's
yes.
a gift. Therefore, when you hear it, when you receive it, take it as such, not just another person that is speaking. Take it as such.
Now, let's go into more of when you were starting out your entrepreneurship journey, and even now. When have been some trying times where you almost quit? You almost said, no, I can't do this no more. And how were you able, like, how do you see challenging times, or how are you able to elevate in those times?
I'm different.
You're different. I like that music. Have you heard that music? I'm different. Yes, I'm different.
There is one?
Yeah, it's called I'm
send
Different.
It to me.
Yes, I'm going to send it to you.
Yes. Yeah, send it to me. I'm different. And I believe, and I have questioned, why am I different? I believe I am different because of my background, because of who my mother and my father was, my grandmother, because of who they were, because of me being in the middle of entrepreneurship 24 hours, right?
Yes.
So my message to them would be different. Why? Because of who I am. So I would definitely say, take my message, but also understand my background, right? I don't quit. I have not had that. I purposely laid the background before I said this because I don't want it to sound cocky. You see what I'm saying? I don't have it. Do I have a moment? Maybe, but it's a moment.
It's a moment.
I'm not giving it a day, baby.
Yeah.
No, it's a moment.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, wow. Did you...
So if I were to step away from myself, let's say I have it, okay? I've had it. Let's say, hypothetical, I had it. Just to answer those that have had it, what would they do, right? That's the question, right?
Yes.
If that moment were ever to rise up, now I'm coaching again, there's 2 to 3 reasons why that moment may present itself. You enter the wrong area. You're not in your space. Okay, and there is such. You're not in your space, and analyze it, give it the time that it needs, sit with it for a little bit, and move on. Okay, that's okay. The second reason why you may find yourself in that space, it's because you don't know who you are. And when you don't know who you are, any little win, somebody said the wrong thing, then purchase then buy your product today, or don't believe in you, you find yourself all embedded in that, allowing outside of you to impact you. Where if you know who you are, there's no space for outside. My cup is full. There's no space for anything else to fit. You know who you are, right? So that's number 2. Number 3, if you were to find yourself in that space again, it's because you need to grow. You need to grow.
Yes.
Get the book. Get the mentor. Get the teacher. Get the coach. People do not understand the importance of coach. A coach can propel you, or the right coach, let's be clear.
The right coach, okay.
Let's be clear. The right coach can propel you so far. This conversation that I'm having with you, if you decide to stay the same, that will be a choice. But once you know, you cannot unknown what you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But once you know, it's impossible to not know again. Therefore, what do we do with what we know? That makes the difference. Okay? So I would definitely say number 3 is to go back and say, what tools am I missing that makes me feel a sense of lack, to where I can't go on anymore, that I need to acquire. And sometimes you cannot figure that out by yourself. That's why you need to get a coach. You need to get a mentor. You need to go talk to somebody that's in the business already. Make sense?
Yes. To be honest, I feel like when it comes to challenges, especially with what you're going through, sometimes you have motivational things that you have to read or learn to be able to go through certain situations. And I think we were even talking backstage about how the percentage of people who will use what they learn from this show is very low.
Or anywhere.
Yes.
The information is not hidden. It's actually there's a book that I was reading, and gosh, I wish I could remember the name of it, but the book specifically said anything you could possibly think of is out there. People think, oh, they're hiding this from me. That's why I'm not. No, it's out there. But will you put it into practice? Will you take the time to research, to find it, and then put it into practice? AI. Why are AI becoming smarter than us? Because all the information that's out there that we aren't using and not putting into practice, they are collecting the data, putting the data within them, and therefore they are surpassing us. Now, let's be clear. Yes, AI can collect data and put it into practice and learn it much, much faster than us.
Human, yeah.
Okay? What I am saying is they are not that special. The specialty, the greatness that exists within them is the fact that there's the information's out there. They have it, and they're programmed to use it and use it well. We can do the same. Do the research, take the time, invest the time, and put it into practice.
Before I ask my next question, I was thinking to myself today how, I think it was back 2018 to 2019, I used to listen to a lot of Les Brown, a lot of motivational speeches, just because I was in a place where I needed to find who I was, my value, right? Like I really needed that.
Yes.
But I don't remember. I've not listened to motivational speech for maybe a year plus.
Wow.
Just because I think I took so much information and I'm using it as I'm going.
Yes.
I mean, I was just thinking that I don't know if people keep listening to motivational speeches. I feel like at some point you become numb to it, and that's when you're not learning something out of it. And I feel that becomes, but that's just my perspective.
I think, if I may, I believe that you become numb to something that you have learned if you're not putting it into practice. Because if you're putting it into practice, you're even more excited to listen to it again. You're like, yes!
It makes sense. I've seen that happen.
Yes, I now embody that I have learned.
That's true. Because I look back to videos I did 2 years ago, I'm like, yo, I really said that, and just seeing how I have done that.
And now you even understand it even better.
Exactly. Yes. You have a more clear perspective of it because you've gone through it.
That's right.
You have experienced it.
By listening to it or by reading the book again, you can apply it almost again, but in a bigger, different way. So
yeah,
I love learning. So let's not talk about learning.
Yeah, I mean, because with books, with podcasts, because I'm more of an audio person. I listen to audiobooks. It's always good to go in depth and learn it fully as opposed to just having bits of it. I would say bits will take you. I think bits will take you only so far. But if you actually get in depth and learn the full story, it gives you a better perspective of what it is you want to learn.
Yes,
right?
but let's be clear. A little is better than nothing.
A little. Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree with that. That is true. A little is better than nothing.
Yes.
But get a bigger bite. Anyways, get a bigger bite. So. I have 2 more questions, and we're out because we are really running out of time. But I'm like, this is so much information. I want to keep learning.
I'm sorry. Yes.
No. I'm like, I want to keep learning.
Well, I'm sorry that we're taking so long, but it's good.
No, it's not. Don't be sorry, because this is really good information, and I really enjoy. Thank you for coming and being able to share this with us.
Oh, thank you.
But I want to ask you this: what is one piece of advice, or 1 or 2 pieces of advice you've gotten through your experience or through life, or someone has given you that has really helped you come this far that you want to give to someone else?
First, I will give my advice, then I'll give the advice that I have received. My advice is, no matter what that you're doing, do not believe that you can do it by yourself. Find community. Find people within that space that has done it, that's doing it, that wants to do it. Embed yourself in that space. That's my advice. The advice that I have gotten, and that was from my father, that until today is still a very good advice, is everything is figure outable. I don't know if that's even
Theoretical.
I don't know if that's even a word. But I'm
I'm
translating. That was saying to me in our language,
but
right?
it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah.
Everything is figure outable. Therefore, if there is something that you possessed within you, first of all, you couldn't possess it if you couldn't become. You can't think of something that you cannot make happen.
Exactly. That's true. That is true.
So if it exists within you, you can figure it out.
Wow. Because like even with AI, electric cars, all those things, someone thought of it.
Yes.
And they had to pursue
it
to
if
find
it
what the solution
exists.
is. It can be
Embed yourself within like-minded community. It will. That's my advice.
That's a really good segue to my last question. How do you build the best team for your company organization? How do you build the
Full
best
circle, my friend. Full circle. You have to know who you are. You have to know who you are, because if you do not know who you are, anybody and everybody is gonna work. Can they do the job? Yes. Come on, let's come in my team. Let's do it. And in order to build a good culture, I'm going to say a good community within the business that you are in, is to have clarity. Clarity in every space. Who you are. What is it that your goal you're aiming for? Okay? Lastly, you have to know how far you would like to go with that. How far?
Yes.
By understanding, okay, I'm going to take it from here to there. And then from here to there. Okay? Or at that time, I'm done. Okay? You have to have those three.
Yes.
Okay? Once you have that, then those that presents themselves to you, you will quickly understand, do they fit my puzzle or not?
Makes it simple to know.
Because a lot of people hire just for hire.
Fill a space.
Yes, just for hire. And that's when the culture become a mess, because you put pieces that do not fit within the puzzle. So what do you have? Chaos.
Jenga. Is it Jenga? Is it Jenga, right? If you take the wrong piece out, it all falls
Yes.
apart. It all falls apart. You have to take the right piece out at the right time.
That's right.
Beautiful. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, Lydia, for this just informative session. I just feel like this was a masterclass as opposed to a talk show. This was just a masterclass in which you
thank you
given
so
us
much.
very useful information.
And specific.
Yes.
That can be applied at any moment and any time in life. Yes.
You took us from Haiti down to Europe, and then we're back to Missouri. So thank you for taking us around with all your just knowledge. But anyways,
thank you so much.
How can people get in contact with you if you want to reach out with you and connect with you?
If people would like to get in contact with me, the fastest is to go on my website, which is www.enter-wellness.com. If not, I'm on all social media platforms, which is enter.wellness.
Beautiful. Thank you so much again, Lydia, for coming on the show. It's been a wonderful episode.
Or they can contact you.
Yes, they can contact me, and I will put you on. I'll put you through.
Yes.
But for those who watch from home, thank you again for tuning in to another City Entrepreneur Show. I'm your host, Zeke Wangang. You know what I always say? Stay fired up, don't give up. It's been another City Entrepreneur episode. I'll see you next one. Hey, don't forget, share this. Let people know where we at. KC, we're making it happen. Thank you again. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
To see how our city's entrepreneurs do what they do, tune in to City Entrepreneur on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Episodes drop every Thursday.